Hello, I'm going to wait just a few more minutes before I get started. Grab my pen. All right. How's everybody doing today? If you can hear me, give a like, give a heart. I love hearts. Or write a comment and let me know. So I have been working. I have the most amazing virtual assistant. Her name is Kim Grass, and for those clients that I'm working with, I know that you know of her because a lot of times you'll see an email, but most other people do not know of the amazing Kim and how she runs everything behind the scenes of Sara Smith Wellness. So I have some great, exciting announcements, but I wanted to talk about Kim real quick because Kim and I, behind the scenes, have been working on what we call like a social strategy. And so every Tuesday, I will be coming to you either live or writing. You'll be getting a writing through social media about a Tuesday talk. And today we're going to be talking about optimizing instead of maximizing your life. And so I'll talk to you about that in a second. But Kim is really one of the main ones who got me on board with this and the importance of this. And so I will be coming to you a lot more often than I have been. So how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I have had a lot going on. I am in the middle of a website rebranding. You've probably seen there's a new logo. If you haven't, just scroll down on some of the other Facebook pages or Instagram posts and you will see them. I have also been busy in our personal life, so we have a lot going on, just like everybody else, right? So one of the things that I wanted to come today and talk about is this optimize versus maximize thing. Firstly, I want to share a personal story. So food and nutrition, I've been studying it for a lot of my life. I had a degree in human nutrition, foods, and exercise from Virginia Tech, and then I went on to study that also in grad school, and then I've done secondary training since then, everything from hormone management to how to prevent Alzheimer's and everything in between. So a lot of functional medicine training and a lot of personal training in nutrition. And I've been working with a nutritionist, and one of the things that we are constantly talking about is this need that I have to kind of be this perfectionist and to really kind of always be looking for either the good or the bad, kind of like the black or the white of the, oh good, I'm glad you can hear me, Christina, hi. The black or the white of what I'm eating. It's either good or bad. It's either healthy or it's not healthy. And so because I've done so much training, it's like I've kind of stepped into this place. And so that's why I hired a nutritionist and she's specifically a dietitian too. Her name is Rachel Schultz. She's out of Salisbury and she's amazing. We'll gladly give you her information. But she really was helping me to kind of come to the understanding that even if you're eating something that is healthy for you, if you are coming at it with this sense of stress and this sense of it has to be right or it has to be perfect or did I get enough vegetables in there or is there not enough sugar or, all the things that we, some of us, think about, right? Or if we're coming with this guilt of like, oh gosh, why am I eating these potato chips right now? And this is so bad for me, The stress that you are creating in your central nervous system when you kick up the sympathetic nervous system can end up really negating all of the good that you're attempting to put into your body. And we've seen this with studies, and really if you just watch like the person next to you, for those of us who care about what we eat and then we see somebody who maybe they don't care as much or they can't afford it or they just don't know. A lot of people, we just don't know. And you'll be like, good grief, why am I getting sick? And they're still, not having trouble. And perhaps it's because of what's happening up here. Perhaps they're not coming at their food with stress. Okay, so that is an example of optimize versus maximize. Instead of like maximize the vegetables, got to be healthy, got to be healthy, got to be healthy, we're optimizing into doing the best that you can, aligning with your soul's purpose, aligning with what you know to be true, learning, educating yourself, but doing the best that you can do and optimizing, in this case, your food or your nutrition, okay? Optimizing for an improved result, because when you have less stress, then you're setting off a better cascade of hormones and chemical reactions throughout your body so that your body can actually digest the food. So that is a personal story of optimizing versus maximizing that's been going on with me behind the scenes, working with my nutritionist, Rachel Schultz, who is amazing. And it's been life-changing. It's been life-changing. One would think that, you have it all together, and no, never the case. Always something new to learn, always something new to grab into. So let's also talk about, in general, the to-do list. The to-do list. So I've had a lot of clients lately where we've really been we've been visiting this concept of optimizing versus maximizing as far as the to-do list. It could be a personal to-do list, and it also ends up being like a work to-do list, hobby to-do list, there's all sorts. Usually stuff is running through our mind, right? Or what do you do with your to-do list? Mine usually ends up in like 50,000 different places, and they're on little scraps of paper, and it's not very organized. If I am organized, it's going on my Google Calendar, or I also have, let me grab it, this wonderful Danielle Laporte, what will I do today to feel the way I want to feel? So it's a to-do list, but it also goes a little bit deeper into life, which I can share with you if you want to know more. Just leave a comment. But there's all sorts of different ways to do to-do lists. But the one thing that I really want you to understand is this. We need to get what's in here, and we've got to get it out, and it's got to get in one place and be out of there, okay? Like the to-do list has got to come out of the brain, because otherwise it keeps you in this cycle of worry, okay? So there's tons of different ways to do this. There's tons of different books and YouTube videos and podcasts and blogs, anything you could imagine for this. But I want you to know that we've got to get it out. So number one, you've got to kind of do this brain dump, okay? And then from there, we can start prioritizing. And usually you want to be prioritizing like at the max 3 things a day. And it's fine, of course, if you get those 3 things done and then you can continue on with the rest of the list, then knock yourself out. But about 3 things is what major entrepreneurs and people who are like moving and shaking in the world, they focus on 3 things a day. Okay. And so the days that I've picked 3 things and I focus on them, way more productive. So this is bringing us into the concept with the to-do list of optimizing versus maximizing. We all think about maximizing. We're like, how can I get more done? How can I finally feel like I'm swimming and like actually instead of treading water, like I'm floating on water? And maybe this concept of maximizing that we've all gotten ourselves into, myself included, maybe it's not really the way. The way, like with a capital T and a capital W, the way is actually optimizing. It's brain dumping, step 1, and then from there pulling yourself into this, okay, let me think of these top 3 needle movers that are going to make a difference in what it is that I want to do. What do you think? It has been life-changing for me. When I went into designing my website, it was very overwhelming to me, and it hasn't even launched yet, but it will be soon. Be looking for it over the next month. And when I went into that, it was so overwhelming because I don't like sharing about myself anyway, even though I'm on social media and some people might beg to differ. I don't like sharing about myself. So I had to really hone in order to make progress. And when I wouldn't hone in, I would find 20 other things to do instead of making progress towards that. So optimizing versus maximizing. When we start optimizing, we go from this place of victimhood, which is kind of this maximizing concept where we feel like we're just treading water and it's survival mode, right? We're just surviving. I just got to get some things done. Do you know how that feels? Comment yes if you do. I know that I should put that because yes, I know exactly how that feels. Optimizing is knowing that we have choice. It's brain dumping everything from the head and it's going, okay, I have some choice in this. Let's break it down into small steps, and what are 3 main steps that I can take today to make a difference in the areas of life that I'm trying to make a difference in. And I'll tell you a little trick, because I used to think, okay, I've got a personal category, and then I've got a career category, and then I've got a family category, and so let me choose 3 things in all categories. Well, then you got 9 things going on, and that's a lot in a day. Nope, you want to choose 3 things. Once you get them completed, then you can, of course, move into other steps. So optimizing is breaking things down. Small. I used to have on my Facebook a picture. It said, small hinges move big doors. So when you have small steps, then you're more likely to make movement. So that's optimizing. That's giving yourself choice. That's stepping you, because only you can do it. Step yourself out of survival mode and into choice mode. And it is possible. Every day I choose to do this, it feels amazing. It feels absolutely amazing. So are you willing to try it? Try doing the brain dump. Get all the to-dos out of the head, right? And you can use this for optimizing to-dos. You can do this for optimizing nutrition. You can do this for your career. You can do this for a big change. You can do this for anything. Finances, relationships, whatever it is. There's this amazing concept, and they actually kind of show like a graph. I can't remember exactly who did it or where it's called, but they were a mathematician. 1% is all that's needed in order for us to make drastic changes over time. 1%. We also see that in the financial world, right? It's like if you just put a little bit in over time, exponential differences. But a lot of times we struggle to do that. You know, we're more in the short term. We're more in the survival mode of the current here and now instead of thinking forward. So it's 1%. So you don't need to work on the big overwhelming step. We need 1% in order to start moving the needle. And the more you say, okay, this week I'm going to move 1%. This week I'm going to move 1%. This week I'm going to move 1%. We're optimizing. I know, it's so amazing. It's such a wonderful feeling. And do you feel in your body the difference between this maximizing, which is a push, survival, gotta do, gotta keep going, gotta hustle, versus the optimizing, which is this expansion? Do you feel that? It's an expansion, it's choice, it's core confidence, it's having a work-life balance, it's stepping into that. Feel that difference. Because it is available for every single person, every one of us, it's available. Only some days we don't really plug in and we don't choose it. Again, I know some days I don't, but I'm working on it right there with you. So if this is a concept that you like, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what resonates. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? Because I really would love to know. And I also want to let you know that coming up, I'm going to be announcing a new program for the end of the year called Finish Strong. We have 65 days that you and me and the whole community that chooses are going to be rising together and choosing optimizing through one of the most stressful times of the year, okay? So that you can step into next year more clear and focused and with a long burning energy, as opposed to kind of this like January excitement and then it fizzles out. Okay. This is for all of my wonderful women out there who have wanted to work with me one-on-one. This is the most affordable way that you will be doing it, as well as getting group support. Okay, this is also for my women who know that it is time to do something differently, to stop the grind and the push that just isn't really getting you where you want to go, and to start stepping into clarity and core confidence and that slow, long burning energy that will move the needle in your career, in your personal life, in the way that you communicate with others. Okay, so we're going to have 65 days in a group setting plus private coaching where we're going to be, I have a weekly meditations in order to really neurologically, like using neuroscience, be able to help calm your nervous system so that you can step into a new way. Curated action steps. So we're doing the small movements that we're going to do, small hinges that move big doors. Okay, so that you really can see and take yourself through this season of the year that usually kind of everything gets put on hold because you're just busy in the holiday season and you forget about yourself. No, we're not doing that this year. We're doing it differently. Okay, so I love you all. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions, and be on the lookout for every Tuesday. I put it in the front of this video if you kind of came in a little bit late, but every Tuesday I will be either hopping on a live and doing a Tuesday talk with you. So send me a comment if there's something you want me to share about. If you want to learn about, let me know. And if I don't hop on live, I'm going to give you a Tuesday talk through social media too. So I'll be doing a writing. I love you all. Hope you have a great day. Be on the lookout for the website and for the new program coming up soon. Bye.